Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 6th, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle is coming out for Taurus. Let's see what's going on, Taurus. Let's see. Taurus, what we have here is a commitment. Okay, so someone's made an agreement. Family, friends, and guides. Okay. Some of your agreements have a lot to do with your family, your ancestry, your bloodline. Okay, and a lot of this has to do with what you choose to do for work, or what you say, you know what, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is my contribution to society. I feel even to some degree it brings up your partnerships and such, the people that you agree that you want to have in your life. This may have a lot to do with your ancestry. It feels like right now what you've I feel like your family has may have instilled some what of like to like highly restrictive beliefs. It's time to let this stuff go. Okay, it feels like you may have what you want, who you are, where you are in life may be in conflict with the voices of your ancestors in your head. This could be these are more so what I'm seeing is more so people that you knew before they passed, not people that have way passed on, like 1850 and whatnot. It's like people that you knew that have passed on. Their voices may be playing in your head, and you may not even realize it. That a lot of your principles were based off of something that they told you, and they want you to realize that you weren't meant to progress the way that they expected you to, or the way that they wanted you to. And they want you to start giving thanks for all the good things coming towards you now. Well, not your ancestors, but your angels and your spirit guides are like, give thanks for all the good things happening in your life. Let go of the people, places, or things that have gone away. Like spirit wants you to clear your energy of these people. No offense to them, right? But it doesn't matter. Like we have ancestors. Some of our ancestors are toxic as crap. I know, all of us have. We have ancestors, and you got the ones that you're like, don't be like granddad or so and so, uncle so and so, auntie so and so. We all have that energy. I'm only saying this to say that spirit is bringing up that spirit, they want you to release them, clear your energy of them. Oops, that could mean that that could express their, here I go fidgeting again, y'all, that they were in conflict with you. That could express that what you wanted to do, who you truly are, was in direct conflict with their principles, their beliefs. But their principles and their beliefs were solely based on, like, you just do what I say, you cooperate with me, you compromise with what I want. I don't care that you are an artist. I don't care that you are uh, whatever the case is, right? A lot of our, I know, I won't say personally, but I know that there was a young man I knew. He was an artist, an artist true to form in his spirit, creative, but the family wanted him to be more of an engineer. And it's same old energy, right? And they're always putting in his head that being an artist, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to, be able to provide. You're not going to be able to have a spouse, and this, that, and the third. Not knowing that that's just not who he was, and that's just artists make do well all the time. Like that's not. It's it's foolishness, right? And because of that, he's always been in turmoil. He's doing something he doesn't like. He's living a life that he doesn't even really want, but he feels like he has to. And so that's somewhat what I'm seeing in this energy. Spirit wants you to say, I do not worry about things I cannot control. You cannot control how someone's going to feel about where you are. You cannot control how people show up in your life either. They want you to start giving thanks for the blessings of love coming your way. Love, it comes in many forms. Love comes in the form of good friends. Love comes in the form of surrogate family members. You know what I mean? Friends that turn into family members. Like you make friends with an elderly person. They're like, I'm going to be your grandma now, or I'm going to be your dad or your mom now. Forget the parent that you had. You know what I mean? You still have them. They're your bio, but I was chosen. So I'm going to be there for you. Spirit wants you to already give thanks for these things because it looks like it's coming your way, where you're finding people that's more attuned to your, like more of a soul tribe member for you than the people that you come from. And I say that because it feels like these people were chaining you and you had to cooperate with them in order to get the approval of them. And Spirit wants you to release it. Release that. You don't need that on the rest with the rest of your journey. Whatever this is, let it be. Like it's really interesting how they're putting this, right? That it's almost to say this, you've never they're saying almost like it's you're free. You've always been on your path. The path was never meant to be a straight line. You know what I mean? um the truth is always love. You always have to love yourself in any situation, any place that you're in, whatever it is that you're doing. You were always meant to love yourself, and when you remember that to your core, you feel your way forward. Life is simpler, and it was meant to be simpler for you. It wasn't meant to be so complicated. It feels like all these relatives or ancestors have done is maybe complicated your vision of yourself. I feel that you've made great progress. I feel like you realize that you have always loved yourself, right? Um, the pain that you may have experienced with this Devil and Three of Pentacles was part of the experience, and the pain of loss, kind of thing. It's loss, but nothing was truly lost. It's like it changed form. Like you may lose people, you may lose situations, you may fail in something, but really it's like transmuted into something else. It was meant to be lost so that you can gain something better for yourself. Don't engage in any petty little arguments either. They're showing me that there's two sides, and that it's not your fight. It's meant for you to surrender and walk away from this stuff, whatever it is. Especially if this involves work, if this involves partnerships at work. It's important to back out of it. If you're not, I mean, if you're not employed, that's different, but they're like, yeah, you're not meant to deal with this. You're meant to back out. Now, the Justice, Three of Wands, Judgment, and Empress with commitment is about saying, I commit to being a better version of myself to today. The things I've been putting off, the things I've been saying, I'm not even going to try. You're meant to embark on that. You're meant to do that which you've put off. Angel number 0909, this tells me a new beginning for you, usually, is coming. That's what's coming out here. And there's an opportunity coming in towards you, one that you may have been waiting on. Three of Wands. It looks like someone's been waiting for something to actually happen. Um, this is a game changer, okay? I feel like you're completing something very major with the Judgment energy. You're completing something major. I feel like it's time for you to start embarking on a new journey, and you're leveling up. I feel you may not see that, but you are leveling up. I feel that you're closing a new chapter, an old chapter rather, with this. Okay. Increase is the Nine of Swords and Eight of Pentacles. The increase in this energy is telling me that the increase in this is a cycle. Okay. This tells me things are coming in, and it may worry you because of how slow something is building, but they're saying slow progress, well, slow and steady wins the race. So there's something about things moving quite slow but steady, and it may worry you, but there's no need to worry. Things are happening exactly the way it should. It's almost slowed down on purpose because Spirit wants you to wake up and feel passionate about your like your opportunities in front of you. So things are slowing down to build up the crescendo of like, oh my gosh, I could really live the life that I want. I could actually do what I want to do. I can actually be surrounded by people that really truly love me, or things that I really love. I can have the life where I'm looking around and I love everything I see. They want you to wake up to it, so they're slowing things down, if that makes sense. Because if it comes in too fast and you're still in a certain energy, you won't be able to appreciate what's around you. Spirit's like, no, we want you to really grasp this. So slow it down till Taurus could go, yeah, okay. I really can't stand that energy, but I do understand why they're doing it. But it's still like, don't do this. Just give it to me already. Taking steps is the Eight of Swords and Temperance. And so what we're taking steps in is like, I'm seeing someone's intentions being, I just want to be on the right path. I want to see things unfold. I want to be, as soon as I take this step, I want to see I guess, the validation that I was meant to take that step as I'm taking them. I feel that a lot of you may be overthinking your steps, maybe overthinking everything, maybe like, I don't see a sign that things are happening the way that I was hoping they would. And it may validate someone else's voice of like, I told you that wasn't for you. I told you that you should have been done this. I should, you, at this age, you should have been, I'm doing a blah, 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 blah. Because to me, sometimes it sounds like foolishness when people do that. I'm like, mind your own business. How about you contemplate your own salvation with fear and trembling? How about all the Bible thumping that you've been doing? Kind of, I want to be like, read Ecclesiastes for me out loud, please. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I remember it being in that book of like, focus on yourself really there, right? Don't try to pull the splinter out of my eye when you got a whole plank on your eyeball. You can barely even see. You trying to pull a splinter out of my eye. You're going to blind me. How about that? But there's a vibe here of you wanting to make the right steps, and you may be overthinking every time you lift your leg. And they're saying that everything has been ordered already, like you're already on the right path. Everything, you're not going to get a validation for every step you take. It's going to be silent. A lot of times the teacher is always silent during a test, right? Not that you're being tested, but you're not going to get applause every time you make a step. And that is unnerving for me, as a person. So I'm like, ooh, but you're not. What you're going to get is silence, because Spirit's like, I don't have to correct Taurus. Go on, do your thing. Let's see. Let's watch. Yep, they're making the right step, and they're just silent. Don't say anything. Don't throw them off. Let them do their thing. And so a lot of you may be overthinking everything, because where is my, what's going on? I feel like a lot of your partnerships are, you need to release them. Some of these are the people that you're saying, this is my friend, this is my sibling, this is my so and so, this maybe even my partner. Spirit's like, release the old energy that you were dealing with them. It may not be to release them, but to release that old energy that you had with them, and start giving thanks for it, like telling Spirit, thank you so much. I know that I will be surrounded by love. I can't control these people. I can't worry about what the heck they're going to think about what I'm doing. I can't worry about whether or not they're going to have my back. I know Spirit's got my back, right? I do not worry about things I cannot control. I don't, right? Because I know and I trust that Spirit will bring me to, my talents, my skills will bring me before greatness, as I am great, right? Because of the law of resonance. So the year of the monkey could be very significant. And this could be that your relatives, your ancestors were born in year of the monkey. And I say that because I see a lot of opinionated, arrogant people that are suspicious that everything everyone does is outside of the realm of what they want you to do, and that they want compromise, but they don't compromise. So they could be born in that year, or um, it could represent the fact that you um, are meant to be flexible, more sociable, right? And paying more attention to the details of situations, but being flexible nonetheless, right? You want to use burgundy. This color helps when it wakens the passions of people. Even I cannot remember the name of this book, but this book came out like in the 80s. I remember when I was a kid, and you had the infomercials after the good shows go off, and there was an infomercial about, it was a book of things like, someone just threw a bunch of stuff together, like a bunch of scientific facts. And they were saying that in your dining room or in the kitchen, you'd want to have a burgundy or a deep red in that room, because it awakens your hunger, right? They'd be like, if you really want everyone to eat their food, you want to put red around and whatnot. And I found that that's actually accurate, right? I painted my bedroom red, and I like, every time I go in my room, I'm like, ooh, let me see if I can eat a snack. I need a snack. But this awakens your passion. And so Spirit wants you to use this, because Spirit, that's what you're meant to do, is have passion for what you do. Forget what other people want you to do. Forget that. Year of the monkey could be that would be year 2016, 2004, 1992, 80, 68, 56, 44, and 32. Now, these years could signify, like I said, years that certain people were born in this situation, or it could represent the energy around you, or it could be a year when the person passed or something kicked off, or maybe if you think back, it's like, this is when they said XYZ and how they started acting when I told them I was going to do this or that. And so you'll want to pay attention to this. That would mean for sure that this was your year, or this was a year that something finally just was like, yeah, next year is going to be an even better year for you, just so you know. um yeah, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Libra, a Capricorn, another Taurus, or a Sagittarius. So you have Libra, Scorpio cusp you could be dealing with, or Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp, or Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.